Hello and welcome to my YouTube page. In this video we will walk through a Python program. In the beginning I will give you an overview of what I plan to cover, then I will switch over to Python idle editor, walk you through the script and then run the program in Python shell. At the end, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing. Now let's begin. For this Python program, the purpose is to define functions that calculate the volume, surface area, lateral surface, base area, and slant height of a cone. A Python program is normally decomposed into modules, and these are divided into classes and functions. A function completes a specific task in a program. Data within a function is known only locally. This means the scope of the data is local to the function and it has a limited lifetime, meaning it only exists during execution. In this example, we will focus on calling functions that return data. Value returning functions transfer data back to the calling instruction. Typically, a single value is computed and is then returned to the calling instruction. The functions can be called in one of two ways. The first way is to call the function in a simple assignment statement, and the second way is to call the function in an assignment statement with an expression. It is important that these function definitions include at least one return statement, which is written with the keyword return followed by an expression. The value in the return statement can be any valid expression, following the return keyword. The expression can include constants, variables, or a combination of these. A cone is a three-dimensional shape in geometry that narrows smoothly from a flat base, usually circular base, to a point which forms an axis to the center of base called the apex or vertex. The volume of a cone is the amount of space occupied by a cone in a three-dimensional plane. A cone has a circular base, which means the base is made of a radius and diameter. The volume of a cone formula is given as 1/3 the product of the area of the circular base and the height of the cone. Surface area of a cone is the complete area covered by its two surfaces, the circular base area and lateral curved surface area. There are two different formulas for surface area, however, for this tutorial we will be using pi multiplied by the radius plus the square root of the height squared plus the radius squared. The lateral surface area is the side area of the cone. The lateral surface area is calculated by pi multiplied by the radius multiplied by the square root of the height squared plus the radius squared. The base area of a cone is the area of the flat surface or the bottom surface of the cone. The base area is calculated by pi multiplied by the radius squared. The slant height of the cone is the distance from the vertex to the edge of the circular base of the cone. Cone slant height is calculated by the square root of the radius squared plus the height squared. Now, let's open up the Python idle editor and we will develop a program that defines functions that calculate the volume, surface area, lateral surface, base area, and slant height of a cone. First, start out by putting identification information for the Python file enclosed within three quotations. For the program file name, let's title it cone.py. Then the author information, and for that, I'll put my name Lewis. Next the date, which is October 12, 2022, and lastly I'll put a short description of the program. This program calculates the volume, surface area, lateral surface, base area, and slant height of a cone. As this script uses the built-in Python math function of pi and square root, we have to first import the math module. Type import math and press enter. The math module in Python deals with mathematical calculations. It deals with many advanced mathematical operations, such as exponential, logarithmic, and trigonometric functions. Next, let's define the first function to compute the volume of a cone. Type def, compute volume, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, colon, and press enter. Next type volume equals round, open parenthesis, math.pi multiplied by radius, double multiplication 2, close parenthesis, multiplied by open parenthesis, height divided by 3, close parenthesis, comma 2, close the parenthesis and press enter. Next, type return volume and press enter. For numeric data types double asterisk is defined as exponent operator. Therefore, radius double multiplication 2 is equivalent to saying radius squared. A return statement is used to end the execution of the function call and returns the value of the expression following the return keyword to the caller. If the return statement is without any expression, then the special value none is returned. A return statement is overall used to invoke a function so that the past statements can be executed. The round function returns a floating point number that is a rounded version of the specified number, with the specified number of decimals. Using the round function here will round the volume returned to 2 decimal places. Next, let's define the second function to compute the surface area of a cone. Type def, compute surface area, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, colon, and press enter. Next type surface area equals round, open parenthesis, math.pi multiplied by radius, multiplied by, open parenthesis, radius plus math.sqrt, open parenthesis, height double multiplication 2 plus radius double multiplication 2, close the parenthesis twice, comma, 2 close the parenthesis and press enter. Next, type return surface area and press enter. Next, let's define the third function to compute the lateral surface of a cone. Type def, compute lateral surface, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, colon, and press enter. Next type lateral surface equals round, open parenthesis, math.pi, multiplied by radius multiplied by math.sqrt, open parenthesis, height double multiplication 2 plus radius double multiplication 2, close parenthesis, comma 2, close the parenthesis and press enter. Type return lateral surface and press enter. Now, let's define the fourth function to compute the base area of a cone. Type def, compute base area, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, colon, and press enter. Next type base area equals round, open parenthesis, math.pi multiplied by radius double multiplication 2, close the parenthesis, comma, 2, close the parenthesis and press enter. Next, type return base area and press enter. Now, let's define the fifth function to compute the slant height of a cone. Type def, compute slant height, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, colon, and press enter. Next type slant height equals round, open parenthesis, math.sqrt, open parenthesis radius double multiplication 2, plus height double multiplication 2, close the parenthesis, comma, 2, close the parenthesis and press enter. Next, type return slant height and press enter. We need 2 input statements for the radius and height values. Type radius equals int, open parenthesis, input, open parenthesis, quotation, enter the value of radius, colon, quotation, close the parenthesis twice as there are 2 preceding opening parentheses and press enter. The int function converts the specified value into an integer number. The input function reads a line from the input device and converts the line into a string by removing the trailing new line and returns it. Next, type height equals int, open parenthesis, input, open parenthesis, quotation, enter the value of height, colon, quotation, close the parenthesis twice as there are 2 preceding opening parentheses and press enter. All there's left to do is have Python print the results. Type print, open parenthesis, quotation, the volume equals, colon, quotation, comma, compute volume open parenthesis, close the parenthesis twice as there are 2 preceding opening parentheses and press enter. The print function prints the specified message to the screen, or other standard output device. The message can be a string, or any other object. The object will be converted into a string before being written to the screen. Type print, open parenthesis, quotation, the surface area equals, colon, quotation, comma, compute surface area open parenthesis, close the parenthesis twice as there are 2 preceding opening parentheses and press enter. Type print, open parenthesis, quotation, the lateral surface equals, colon, quotation, comma, compute lateral surface open parenthesis, close the parenthesis twice as there are 2 preceding opening parentheses and press enter. Type print, open parenthesis, quotation, the base area equals, colon, quotation, comma, compute base area open parenthesis, close the parenthesis twice as there are 2 preceding opening parentheses and press enter. Type print, open parenthesis, quotation, the slant height equals, colon, quotation, comma, compute slant height open parenthesis, close the parenthesis twice as there are 2 preceding opening parentheses and press enter. Now, let's run the module and confirm that the program that creates functions that calculate the volume, surface area, lateral surface, base area, and slant height of a cone works as expected. In the Python idle editor header, click Run, then click Run Module. After the idle shell opens, for the radius input 3 and for the height input 4. Python returns the volume equals 37.7, the surface area equals 75.4, the lateral surface equals 47.12, the base area equals 28.27, and the slant height equals 5.0. Thank you for watching my video. If you've enjoyed this video and found it informative, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload videos to YouTube. I'll see you next week with a new Python video. Until next time, take care.